A new initiative through the Madison Police Department is building connections between the community and area law enforcement. So let's bring in WMTV's Shayna Najawan. Shayna, you spoke with the creator of the Job Shadow program, who says he wants officers to interact with people also when they're off duty.
That's right. The Madison Proximity Project pairs a Madison resident with a Madison police officer, and the two shadow each other for a day. The program just started earlier this month, but many relationships have already been formed.
Have police officers that work for the Madison Police Department get to know the community in a different way.
Madison police officers and area residents are seeing each other in a new way.
So I try to show the officer, put them in a position where they can see how regular community members interact in the community.
Through the Madison Proximity Project, one MPD officer spent the day at a construction site. Meanwhile, a sergeant observed what it's like to work as a barber.
And I also wanted the community members to see the police officers as regular people.
Roles were then reversed, and those employees were taken on ride-alongs.
As they engage in conversation, that they'll learn from each other and learn how to interact with one another.
Thursday evening, the Kennedy Heights Community Center hosted pizza with police.
Initially, it was the residents coming in and thinking, oh, it's the police. I have no business with you.
Through conversations and bingo, perceptions changed.
But recently, the more those same faces come and the same officers come, those relationships have been better, and we've also seen more and more people come to these events.
The Proximity Project, building one connection at a time.
Making that initial meeting and saying, hi, this is me, this is what I do.
A different environment than on a call or you're in uniform and having to do your job. You can just relax and get to know the community on another level.
After this first round of the project concludes at the end of the month, the pairs will have a community dinner and share what they learned through their experiences. Live in the studio, Shayna Najawan, WMTV 15 News.